Retired U.S. Army Major Mike Lyons joins us now. Major, good to have you here. U.S. officials said this afternoon more attacks are coming. When do you think we might see them?
Well, I think this is going to be part of an overall campaign. I think they're going to have a no-fly zone over that area. They're going to likely put that into place. And they're going to pick and choose targets, for example, leaders. We know some of the leaders left Iraq, went over to Iran, safe haven. It's similar to Vietnam, and that's going to be a safe haven for the leadership of the Shia militia groups. But they'll eventually come back inside of Iraq to try to lead these groups that are there. I think that they will become targets as well. Plus, we'll also go after any logistical support that we think is coming from Iran to the Shia militia groups. So we attacked what was a supply chain that went from Iran through Iraq into Syria and then supporting Hezbollah in Lebanon and then Hamas in Gaza. So I think the attack was good, more than a punch in the nose, gave a lot of credibility to the fact that we'll respond, and I think over time you're going to see more.
But the attacks didn't stop. Attacks by the rebels, which happened over the weekend, and which raises the question, especially because Iran's response to our attacks was pretty subdued, almost tepid.
Yeah.
Iran clearly doesn't want a wider conflict, at least right now, with the United States.
Right.
The United States also doesn't want it, but does Iran really control these groups? If it says knock it off?
Probably
not. Are these rebels going to stop?
Yeah, so there's tens of thousands of these rebel groups, 12 to 14 different brigades that have got chains of command in them. And while they have given the original intent that they want to go after Americans, I think they can't get that down to the lowest level. But if you look at the attacks that just took place, they were against Kurdish fighters. They were against Syrian defense forces. They were against our allies. These are the groups that we're working with to try to combat ISIS against. Now, maybe so they won't attack Americans, they're still attacking our allies. It's Muslim-on-Muslim type attack as well. But I think that message might have gotten through. They still don't want to stop. They still want to figure out a way to degrade American capability, and they're going to go after our allies.
I was struck by something one military analyst said today in the New York Times, quote, taking on the Houthis in Yemen is like fighting fog. They have lots of light weaponry that's easy to hide and difficult to find.
That's true. Tens of thousands of small arms, thousands of these cruise missiles that they've gotten from the Iranians. But what we're doing is proactively going after them. I saw reports of the Hornets, Super Hornets leaving, the carriers going after them prior to them attacking. They have the capability. Look, last week, they got within 7 or 8 seconds of hitting a U.S. destroyer. Now, could you imagine if one of those missiles gets through, they deploy some different tactics and hits a U.S. destroyer? That's unthinkable. So we're proactively going after the Houthis, and we're using allies. I think that's the key. Great Britain is helping us, and other countries are helping us do that.
You mentioned a moment ago that many of the senior Iranian advisors to these rebel groups had gone back to Iran because the Biden administration had spent days warning our response is about to come.
Yep.
There's been a lot of criticism of President Biden for telegraphing that the attacks were coming. He obviously was telegraphing it for a reason.
Sure.
To allow those senior Iranian advisors to get back to Iran so that the attacks wouldn't be so provocative as to elicit a response from Iran. What do you make of it? Do you think it was smart or not?
Yeah, because if we were not going to respond within 24 to 48 hours after our soldiers were killed, then we were going to miss them anyway. There was a very short window. And while viscerally we wanted a response, we wanted to do something, I think strategically having that patience and pause turned out to be the right idea. We're in this for the long run, and so I do think we wouldn't have got them anyway. So the same thing happened. I think it was a good move.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.